Welcome to the director's commentary for A Cello Rondo. My original concept was to make a video because many of the sounds wouldn't make sense unless people could see what was making the sounds. I actually used a tiny screwdriver to hit the strings here, but for the video I used the Garfield pencils my wife Ellie bought. I also had to change the pitch slightly because the note was a quarter step flat. Some of the chords you hear were recorded as separate notes, which made it a lot easier for me to play each note in tune. Then I lined up all the notes to play one slightly after the other to better simulate what happens when you strum multiple strings. The chords played by the guy on the right here were played as shown, but it took a lot of takes to get it perfect. It also took me a lot of takes to get the video miming in sync. I did all of the camera work myself on this video, so there was a lot of trial and error. Gee, can you tell I'm reading music? For this recording I used a single Audio-Technica 4033 microphone for all the parts. I did the same on Tele-Vision, using only one microphone for everything, but for that recording I used a DPA 4090 instead. It took me about 9 months to write the music for Rondo and many more to do the video. I'm not really a visually oriented guy, so it was a lot of effort for me to think up ideas for backgrounds and transitions. That's pure James Jamerson bass playing. James played on all the old Motown hits, and every bass player alive today owes him a large debt of gratitude. It took me forever to animate the halo over Bear's head. It's still not perfect, but after about 3 hours I said enough already. Lighting was primitive for A Cello Rondo, but amazingly it doesn't look too bad. The hardest part was making the green screen uniform so all of the green disappears without shadows. I have no idea where that stage is. I found this photo through Google Images and it seemed perfect. This pencil part was also played one note at a time using a metal striker. I practiced this short segment for at least a month. Yes, it's as hard to play as it looks. This is one of the reverb plugins that comes with Sonar, the audio recording program I use. Ironically, I didn't actually use this plugin, but it sure looks cool. I created this video entirely with Sony Vegas. The sky background is actually a noise pattern provided by one of the Vegas plugins. The sun and clouds were also created using only the tools that come with Vegas. Vegas is a terrific program that's very easy to use considering all it can do. I think I used a real pencil to rattle between the strings. This is a good example of needing to show how the sound was made and why video is a good medium for this piece. Notice how one player is clearly in front of the others. In the Vegas video software I use, you control which objects are in front and which are behind by how the track numbers are arranged. This can get complicated when there are many players, and likewise for backgrounds that have more than one layer. This part always reminds me of Pigs in Space from The Muppet Show. I was a total beginner at video editing when I made this, so it took me hours to get everything to look as you see it. I shot all of the video myself using my friend Chuck Scott's pro-quality Sony camera. Thankfully, Chuck volunteered to do all the camera work when I decided to write Tele-Vision. In hindsight, I wish I had made the stars here a little larger because they don't show as well as they should at the low resolution you get at YouTube and Google Video. The cello solo on the right was actually played pizzicato, then I ran that track through a distortion plugin. But when I mimed this part for the video, I decided to play it with a bow since that looks more like what you hear. All of these backgrounds were created using presets in the Vegas Noise plugin. This bouncing bow technique is called spiccato, and it's very difficult to do. When I recorded the audio for Rondo, I played it over and over and spliced together only the good parts to sound like a single perfect performance. There's a lot of such trickery all throughout this piece. Here's my tribute to Vivaldi. This is the End of Summer from his Four Seasons. All these screenshots are from Sonar. I thought it would be fun to show how I did this, and that's what gave me the idea to add the making of sections on this DVD. And there you have it, folks. Thanks very much for watching.